Hello everybody, Spencer Spin here. So yeah, this video has been long awaited since then. So now I've been doing this and I've been re-recording and of course editing for a while. So I decided that, after a lot of re-records, a lot of mishaps and whatnot and everything, I decided that I gotta keep trying, and then here we are. I finally made this video, which is my thoughts on the MLP comics now that they're under the ownership of, under the publishing of Boom Studios instead of IDW. I know this is a long time since I've been wanting to make this video because, for one, I wanted to get something off my chest and share something what I think that what is what's gonna happen with MLP comics going forward. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Now I want to go ahead and start off right off the bat. I have nothing against Boom Studios or what they're gonna have in plan for the MLP comics in general. I honestly think that if they're going to make good MLP comics, I'm pretty sure they're going to do it. I mean, I haven't caught up on anything that's from Boom Studios because I've been reading a lot of IDW ever since, so that and then other comic publishings as well. So, maybe it'll be a little change of pace, I guess. So, like I said, we're gonna see. But yeah, seeing Boom Studios making MLP comics is quite the shock for me because I have loved the MLP comics from IDW. I've been started reading them right after the show ended, and then I want to reread all of the previous comics that started right after the show started, which is around 2012. So I of course decided to read every single one of the issues, and then I had to go to every time I go to the conventions I get trade paperbacks. And I was like, the MLP comics, they look pretty decent. There's no need for IDW to give it up. They've been the reigning champions of MLP comics since they're the ones who made it. Although their comics led me to Sonic Comics as well on IDW and so on and so forth. But as always, I am always a huge, stubborn fan of the IDW MLP comics. They were pretty cool, and I'm not gonna, change my opinion about their comics going forward. I honestly do think that that their comics is pretty cool and, pretty decent to say the least. I am a little disappointed that when I heard the news that IDW just lost the license to make MLP comics, my heart just sank to the bottom and wow, so that's pretty much it for the IDW MLP comics. There's nothing I can do. Until recently, I saw a story that was been posting around online stating that Boom Studios has now gotten the rights to make MLP comics. So it just came out of a shock to me because I've been reading IDW MLP comics for so long, so seeing that transition is going to be a huge change for me, and it's going to take a while for me to process that. And it's still taken me a long time for to process it still. And as much as I was a huge stubborn fan of the MLP IDW comics, I am looking forward to see what Boom Studios has in store for MLP comics in general. And I haven't seen any releases this far. I did see some Kickstarter website post on YouTube where Boom Studios is raising a Kickstarter for the MLP related stuff, including their comics. So yeah, and it seems that they're going to re-release some of the previous MLP comics that were released by IDW. So again, this is going to be huge change. So yeah, like I said, my thoughts on this, as always, I'm still going to be a huge stubborn fan of the IDW MLP comics. Seeing this transition from from IDW to Boom Studios, I don't know. It seems somewhat good, I think. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen any of their new releases as of yet, so I could be wrong. Who knows? But what I do know is that I think I'm looking forward to what Boom Studios has in store for the MLP comics. Again, I enjoy reading the comics a lot more, especially since, you know, that there's a lot of, you know, MLP lore that's hidden, you know, from the shows and, well, sometimes the video games, even though we never considered some video games canon for some reason. I'm looking at you, My Little Pony, A Maritime Bay Day Adventure. So, yeah, I, of course, am looking forward to the My Little Pony comics that is going to be releasing by Boom Studios. So, yeah, I can't wait for it, and I'm pretty sure that everybody else who, of course, reads MLP comics are going to be looking forward to it. I know some people would probably, you know, somewhat excited about MLP comics and, you know, the new release of MLP comics, this time from Boom Studios. But, you know, until we see some releases of Boom Studio MLP comics, until then, we're just gonna, you know, reread all of the IDW MLP comics until, you know, they're gonna be rebranded to Boom Studios or in some sort of form. So yeah, what do you guys think of this, you know, of this video? Do you have your own thoughts about MLP comics now under the licensing of Boom Studios instead of IDW? Leave your comments and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and of course, don't forget to, you know, zap the subscribe button and to gently tap on the like button and click on the bell icon so you won't miss out on any future videos. And as always, time for me to spin out.